Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. I'm Shakia Chanel, also known as Coach Shakia, and I'm a coordinator for Asphalt Green's Recess Enhancement Program, also known as REP. And at REP, our goal is to make recess safe, active, and fun. Now, before we get started and learn a brand new game, let's first go over our safety tips. So tip 1, remember, you and your students should be washing your hands for at least 20 seconds before and after playing any game. Tip 2, everyone should be practicing social distancing, so everyone should be standing at least 6 feet apart at all times. Tip 3, and I know this one can be a little tough, we have to remember not to touch our face, and we have to remind our students that they should not be touching their face. And tip 4, if you have to cough or sneeze, make sure you don't cough or sneeze into your hands. If you have to cough or sneeze, make sure you do it into your arm. 2 thumbs up if we understand, and 2 thumbs up if we're ready to learn a brand new game. Awesome. So the game that we're going to be focusing on today is called Bust a Rhyme. What's the name of the game? Bust a Rhyme. So this game is great for students in grades K through 5th. It can be played in a whole bunch of different spaces, and this game will help with keeping appropriate distance and safety. And you don't need any equipment to play this game. I'm going to use the REP model, which stands for Ready, Explain, Play, to teach you about Bust a Rhyme. So let's start with Ready. A couple things that we need to do to get ready to lead a game is, number 1, we want to map out our play space and designate boundaries. Next, we want to remove anything that might pose a safety risk to our students in our play area. Next, and this goes for any game, you want to make sure you have all the equipment you need in order to play your game. For Bust a Rhyme, you don't need any equipment, so that's great. And last, you want to make sure that you gather all your students in an organized but spaced out area. For Bust a Rhyme, we are going to have our students make a circle, and we have to make sure that they are standing 6 feet apart. Now again, for this game, you don't need any equipment, but if you want, just for safety, you can use a cone and a bunch of cones to form a circle spaced out 6 feet apart so your students know exactly where they should stand. Let's move on to explain. Now, we always want to give a brief explanation on how to play the game to our students before we actually play the game. And when we're doing this, we want to make sure that we use a loud, clear voice. We don't want to yell at our students, we just want to command their attention. And we also want to check for understanding with open-ended questions. So for this game, Bust a Rhyme, a question I would ask my students is, how can you become the rhyme master? Or who has the coolest rhymes? So you should have a handout, a copy of the game in front of you. We're going to go through it together. I want you to follow along while I explain the rules of the game, the same way I would explain the rules to my students. Hey, 5th grade, what's up? Welcome to Recess. My name is Coach Shakia. Can everybody say hello, Coach Shakia? Hi. Are we paying attention? Let's see. Clap once if you hear me. Clap twice if you hear me. Snap once if you hear me. Snap twice if you hear me. Good. Today, we are going to be playing a really fun game called Bust a Rhyme. What's the name of the game? Bust a Rhyme. First, I need everyone to make a circle. And how far should we be standing from each other? 6 feet apart. Good, good. Now, I'm going to start the game off. I am going to be the rhyme master. Who am I? The rhyme master. Now, I'm going to say a word, and then the person next to me on my right has to say another word that rhymes with the word that I said. So I'm going to say school. That's my word. What is a word that rhymes with school? Cool. Tool. Good. Now we are going to try to continue coming up with words that rhyme with school all the way around the circle until we come back to me. Now, if we're successful and we can make it all the way around the circle and it gets back to me, that means that the person next to me becomes the new rhyme master. But if anyone makes a mistake, that means that the whole circle has to do 5 squats. How many squats do we have to do? 5. And we're going to do them in place. Can we move? No. And if you happen to be the person who messed up, don't worry. After we do our 5 squats, you become the new rhyme master. All right? 2 thumbs up if we understand, and 2 thumbs up if we're ready to play. Awesome. So after we explain the game to our students, we get to actually play the game. And a couple things that you want to keep in mind while you're playing Bust a Rhyme is it is a circle game, so practice getting into a circle. This is good practice for any game. Practice getting into a circle, practice getting into a line. What the most important thing is that they're practicing so that they are doing this safely by standing 6 feet apart from each other. Something else you want to keep in mind is if you start off as the rhyme master, remember that you are in charge of the game and you can decide whether a word that a student says does in fact rhyme or not. Kids like to make up words all the time. Or you can choose to remove yourself from the game and have another student be the rhyme master and just watch the game apart from the circle, because the students will get really into it and you know, they'll keep on, and if someone messes up, the students might not catch on to it, but you will, because you're outside of the game observing. And remind the students that they can only say one word. You might have a future rap star in your group who will decide to bust more than one rhyme and maybe throw some beats in there, and then next thing you know, you have a rap battle going on for like an hour. So just remind the students that all they have to do is rhyme with one word. And if you notice that the students have like a really good flow going and that they're just killing it, they're doing such a great job, you can continue. You don't have to stop right back at the rhyme master. Continue it. See how far, how many times they can get a rhyme around the circle. That can be like a new challenge for them. And remember that if they mess up, you can add some extra activity like an exercise, a silly dance, or something fun and challenging for the older students, like maybe a quick verse or something like that. So that's Bust a Rhyme for you. It's a really good game where the kids have to actively think. So thank you for watching. We appreciate you checking into these videos. We'll have a new game for you all to learn tomorrow. And like I always say, have fun and stay safe. Bye.